Good morning, Cardano community. The first ever stablecoin that is non-synthetic has officially been launched on the mainnet. If you guys don't know what I'm talking about, I am talking about DJED. DJED and SHEN are finally live on Cardano. So in today's video, we're just going to briefly talk about the latest article that was just released by COTI in preparation of this launch. And then I'm going to take you guys to some of the top dexes where we can actually see the DJED and SHEN tokens already trading. So without any further ado, let's just break down this article here. And it says here, a new era for stablecoin begins. After over a year of preparation and development following a successful security audit, we're proud to announce that DJED, the overcollateralized stablecoin on Cardano, is now live on the mainnet. Congratulations to the COTI team, IOG, and everyone who was involved in getting this successful launch of this stablecoin, which, as you may know, was so desperately needed within the ecosystem, finally launched. The DJED platform can be accessed by going to DJED.xyz. DJED is also available on MinSwap, WingRiders, and MuesliSwap, and we also expect for it to be listed on the top platforms within the Cardano ecosystem. Furthermore, as recently announced, Bitrue will be the first centralized exchange to list DJED and SHEN. Now, I already have the MinSwap DEX pulled up here, which we're going to take a look at here in just a minute. I've also got the WingRiders DEX, MuesliSwap, and Bitrue. But one thing that I noticed is that through Bitrue right now, it's not actively listed. So it looks like they might still be working to get that listed there, but it definitely is available within the different dexes on Cardano. Now, in terms of all the different platforms that we can see actually adopting DJED, we've got just so many here, and I've kind of gone through this before, so I'm not going to spend too much time here, but we've got the likes of Iagon, WingRiders, SundaySwap, ErgoDex, Cardax, just so many different dexes that we're going to see this on. And then we've also got different music plays, a lot of different trading protocols. We've got some synthetic asset platforms. We've got the telecommunication platforms, in which we'll see the DJED token interacting with the World Mobile platform, and just so many others. So I just wanted to highlight this part here as well. Now, in the interest of time, I'm going to keep things moving along. And now here we're going to be talking a little bit about the actual collateralization. Now, yesterday I did post a fully dedicated video talking about the minting and burning mechanisms, the fees, the rewards, and the actual over collateralization of the DJED token itself. So because I've already gone through this in detail, I'm not going to spend too much time on that here. But I did want to highlight the fact that DJED will be pegged to the US dollar. Now, this is going to be backed by the base Cardano coin. And because the Cardano token or the Cardano coin can fluctuate so much, they have to have an over collateralization factor in case we have any black swan events, or in case anybody decides to sell a lot of the reserve token, which in this case is going to be SHEN. In the case where the reserve ratio drops below 400%, the platform will prevent the burning of SHEN and the minting of new DJED. And in the case that the ratio goes over 800%, users will not be able to mint any more SHEN. However, they will be able to mint and burn DJED. In any scenario, DJED is always redeemable. Scrolling down just a little bit, we've got some additional information here about the operating fees and how that's going to be redistributed throughout the COTI treasury. So DJED users are subject to operating fees that are paid in ADA. All these fees are converted into COTI and streamlined into the COTI treasury to be distributed as rewards to the treasury's users. So as we can see here, the Cardano ecosystem will allow members to mint and burn SHEN and DJED, and then we're going to see some of those operating fees being passed over as ADA and converted into COTI and then set aside in the actual treasury. And then we're also going to see another portion of the DJED mint and burn fees being converted to ADA, right, or taken in as ADA, and then also converted then to provide rewards to SHEN holders. Now, the last thing I want to talk about is going to be what we can expect in terms of upgrades for the future of DJED, and then we're going to jump into some of these dexes and take a look at the liquidity that's currently available for trading. So over the course of 2023, we will continue to build out and improve the product, beginning with version 1.2, which will use the fossil features, including a reference script, which will increase its scalability. Now, as a part of my Cardano Scoop videos, I've noticed that we have over now, I believe, 6,000 of the Plutus scripts online right now on Cardano. And of that, I believe over 600 now are leveraging the Plutus V2 model, which takes advantage, of the Vassal hard fork upgrade. So we're now seeing an increase in adoption of those types of scripts. Now, moving over after the release of DJED version 1.2, we're going to see DJED 1.3, which is going to be the extended DJED version that will introduce dynamic fees and prices. In addition, a more aggressive delegation program will be supported, resulting in significant liquidity provision. So we've got a roadmap here, which looks like we've now got the minimal version of DJED online. We're then going to see DJED 1.2 again, which will take advantage of the Vassal hard fork upgrades. And then with DJED 1.3, we'll see the release of extended DJED, dynamic fees, and enhanced delegation support. That is going to do it. So let me just kind of close out here. In closing, it says, part of our plans for DJED are to add other assets aside from ADA as collateral to mint DJED. So imagine what this could mean for the ecosystem, right? We'll be able to have additional reserves aside from the regular ADA token. Our plan is to add other coins, especially wrapped assets like wrapped BTC or WBTC and wrapped ETH or WETH as collateral to mint DJED on the Cardano network. So a ton of exciting news about what's to come in the pipelines or in the works for the DJED protocol. But for the time being, we do have the official stablecoin live on the mainnet. So I'm going to head over to DJED.xyz, and as we can see, they've gotten rid of the main or the testnet symbol here, and that's now been replaced with the mainnet symbol. So they are live on the mainnet. Scrolling down a little bit, we can see that we have almost 1 million of the stable coins live and minted as we speak, with over a reserve ratio of 771%. So as I just looked at in the previous article, once we hit 800%, you can no longer mint SHEN because we have too much collateral, right, basically. But then if it drops below 400%, then you can't mint any additional DJED. Now, this is great. We're off to a great start. As we read in yesterday's article, we will see the first distribution of rewards for SHEN holders, regardless of where you pick up the token from, right? So you can either mint it directly from here, which they have, I think, a limit of a 2,500 token mint directly from their website. But if you were to pick up SHEN from a DEX, you would still be able to get access to the rewards without necessarily having to pay all the higher fees by minting directly from the DJED.xyz website. And then in closing, I will say also that this website does not work for US customers. However, you can use, and again, this is something that you have to do on your own, a VPN, and then try to access the website that way. So now that we've got that aside, let's just jump straight over into MinSwap and see what we've got going on here. So I've already kind of selected the two tokens, which you guys can see at the bottom of my screen. But let me just jump into DJED, and we can see that right now it has a TVL of 5.2 thousand ADA, and then we've got SHEN with a total TVL, at least on MinSwap, of 11,000 ADA. If I click on this pair here and then click on swap, we should be able to see the recent price action. Now, granted, since it just launched, there's probably not going to be a lot here for us to see. But again, just wanted to show you guys that it is live. So as we can see there, it is live. And if I scroll down to the 15-minute time chart, we can see, yeah, it literally just came online. So not much for us to see there. Now, if I jump over into Wing Riders, we can see that they have their stable swap feature live on the mainnet as well. So we can swap the DJED token for IUSD, and then we can also swap ADA for DJED. All you need to do is go over to the swap page here, and then you can select whatever asset you want. So I'll select ADA, and then we're going to select DJED here. And boom, as you guys can see, I can provide the total amount of ADA I want to spend, how much DJED I would receive in return, and then I could go ahead and confirm my swap. Now, the third DEX I want to quickly look at is going to be the Muesli Swap DEX. Now, this is going to be a little bit different in the sense that this is an order book style DEX, not an AMM style DEX where we have liquidity pools and an automated market maker. So from here, you can go ahead and now view trades that are available, right, for the SHEN token as well as the DJED token. Clicking on that will take you into a much more detailed view here. But again, we can see that the trading history is quite small given that this just literally launched. So that's really it there. Let me see if I can get any more data at the hourly. Again, not really much to offer. But that's really it there. As I mentioned before, it's not listed on BitChute just yet. If I type in DJED or SHEN, we don't have any results. That is going to do it for today's video. Again, I am extremely excited for the final launch or the initial launch of the DJED stablecoin on Cardano. I personally think this is going to bring in additional liquidity as provide additional security for members who have gains within the actual ecosystem that want to store that aside in the event that they believe that we're either going lower or in a bear market. Having said that, let me know what you guys think down below. Will you guys be picking up the DJED token? Will you guys be picking up the SHEN token? And if so, will you also be taking advantage of the staking and delegation features? Having said that, if you guys appreciate this video, please make sure to tap that like button. If it's your first time stopping by, consider subscribing. And if you have any questions for myself about anything that was discussed as a part of this video, then make sure to leave a comment down below. I will see you guys in the next video.